that women can raise sons without them for various reasons. I think it's to reinforce the necessity of like the thought of the necessity of having a man because I think just as white people are afraid of becoming like obsolete, men are afraid too as well. And I think that they overestimate the I think they're underestimating the role that like capitalism um and uh racism and other systems of oppression are playing on child rearing. And I think that they have some sort of god complex, and they're kind of like they're minimizing the situations as at hand. Like, for example, when we talk about like when they talk about oh, single dads are better at raising kids than single moms. They're um they're underestimating the role that finances play in that. You get what I'm saying?
You
Like,
know, when they say that, they'll say that and they'll like state the statistics, but they won't talk about the actual things that fathers do with the children.
right.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I think like if y'all can raise sons better than moms, then fucking start doing it. You know?
Mhm.
Like, fucking start doing it. Take your kids from their moms. Like, I don't fucking know. Be a single dad as opposed to your baby mama being a single mom. 2025 women are stop caring. Like, fuck. Take these fucking kids from the mom then. Raise the kids. Like, fucking do it.
But we
Nobody
know,
is, they're not doing it.
yeah, we know they're not going to do it. It's like they want the woman to raise the child, but they want to have a say in certain stuff. And you right, Coconut. The guy earlier said it's a secret, right? What do you think they actually want to pass down to the sons? Because they
I
don't
don't
talk
think,
to their daughters. They want to talk. They want to pass something down to their sons.
um, mediocrity.
Mhm.
Mediocrity? Your son, your son didn't go to jail, and you a good dad. Whoop de doo. Nigga, you ain't raised no fucking brain surgeon, no fucking
Mhm.
person who cured cancer. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? Your son is a fucking janitor. Shut
Mhm.
up. Like, shut the fuck up, please.
How you guys doing?
Oh, that was a good laugh.
What's up, Charlton?
Chilling, chilling. What do you say you can't raise sons without you? I think women say that mostly. But women usually say, "A man is his dad, a boy is his dad." Usually, yeah.
Yeah, there are women who are like male centered and they believe that the father is essential for the son because of gender roles
I
and
th-
all that.
I
But I'm
believe
hold up,
without
sir.
two,
Hold up.
yeah.
Sir, listen what I'm saying. Nobody's denying that. I wanted to talk about why men though. Why do men fixate on it?
So we just heard, okay.
Yeah, it's Mike fucked up.
No, I thought it was me at first. I came back. I was like, what the hell?
My Lisa girl, I didn't know you was here. I thought you had like fell asleep or something. How you
No,
doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I had to walk away for a minute.
Oh, okay.
Um, man, but yeah,
Understandable.
his sound is terrible. But I
He
think
said,
men do it because they need somebody to blame. Cause you gotta see somebody that as a society you have to be able to blame someone when something is going wrong in your community and you aren't willing because you can see what could happen, what you can do, but you know you're not willing to do certain things. That's why I would continue to blame them. I would certainly, if I want to have an excuse for the shortcomings in the communities, when I see the people who are predominantly causing the harm, I certainly want to try to blame somebody. Like, you blame people for giving you intimacy, access, and love, and say it's their fault that the things are bad. It's crazy work. And then when you say, okay, that women are in those communities and they're the reason why you're even in a position to exist as a human being. And they say, you know what, maybe we should listen to you guys. Maybe we shouldn't continue to give you access. We gotta work together. We gotta come together. Y'all trying to divide y'all trying to divide us. But you don't want to raise anybody else's children but your own, but then you question, why did you have a baby? I didn't want it. It's so many circles, but it's easier to blame the people who always stand up in the front of the line. We constantly stand in the front of the line as women. I have to tell myself on a regular basis to not defend or to try to protect other people, because societally and in a lot of social circles, even on the internet, people just had an expectation that just people saying on social media that women were going to rest and take a break and we're not going to do this, even that's not okay. But we're the problems. Saying that we were going to rest, we couldn't do that. But we are the ones who can't raise boys. And okay, so let's step back and all of you men step up and y'all go help all the communities. Nope. And even right now, there's a guy who runs the only black. Oh, go ahead.
I can't deal with the long responses. So will you land, please?
My bad, my bad. Yeah, go
No, you
ahead.
good.
I'm done.
I'm telling you, like for me, I check out. Um, Go ahead, Charlton. Answer the question, then I'm gonna ask y'all all a question.
Oh, I don't think it's a gender thing. I think people that's born in single parent households have a disadvantage compared to two parent households.
All right,
That's all.
both ways. Okay, go ahead, Sage.
Um, I think that men say that just because they want to indoctrinate the young men. So if there's no father around, it's harder to create more bots and hold up the patriarchy.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because here's my question. I want to ask y'all. No, Charlton, try to stay on task, right? Why do men feel
Mhm.
like? Let's say we had a generation of boys who were only raised by women. What do you think the men's fear
Mhm.
is when it comes to that? You can go, Sage.
I don't, yeah, I don't think we have a fear too. I don't think we never
Charlton,
have a fear.
hold up, Charlton. Sage gonna go
Uh,
first.
Dang, my voice
okay.
got deep. Um,
Not that deep.
what do I think the fear is? I think that women, like as quiet as it kept, men see women pushing back, and I think that if they fear that the boys will not fall in line like they want them to, so they won't have any more soldiers, they won't have any more like people who are more inclined to violence because they're not socialized that way. And also, I think some of it is rooted in homosphobia.
Okay. Go ahead, Charlton.
I'm sorry. What was the question again? You saying what? You're saying how men would fear women raising children, raising
Well, I
boys?
said all the sons was raised by women. All of them. What's the fear that men would have?
Uh, a softer generation of men.
What does
That's
that look
what I
like?
feel. I don't know. As a man, you can tell when a man was raised by his mother. You can just by his body language, everything.
Okay, so what about this body language? That's what I'm saying. Describe it.
I need another man in here to help me because
So,
he'll
hold up. Maybe we'll
so
get one.
divert. Yeah, but
Oh,
yeah, playing
yeah, we got
football, playing
yellow
sports,
thing.
stuff like that.
You
Yeah,
need
you can just
another man
tell
in here to agree with you, or
because
you need
y'all can't,
another man in here because you
y'all
don't
won't be able
know
to relate.
have the words. Okay, what does that have? Then
They're
go to
feminine.
a man.
They can feminine. They're feminine. They're feminine.
Hold
They're
on,
feminine. I'm answering the question. I'm answering
hold.
the question. They're feminine. They're feminine.
I said, hold on. Obviously and clearly, you don't listen. That don't make sense because a group of women are asking you a question and you saying, I need another man in here so he can understand. What
All
the
right, I got
fuck
this.
does that have to do with us understanding? Even if he
Okay,
don't
well,
understand, you
shut
still
the
not.
fuck up. Like,
G,
gee,
I don't need you. Don't tell
why
me
are
to
we
shut the
always
fuck up.
arguing? Like,
No, what
Because you just
happened?
told me to shut the fuck up, bitch. That's why. You
because you just gonna
dumbass
keep
bitch.
going. You just gonna keep
Hold
arguing.
on,
I don't want to argue.
Charlton. Wait, be quiet. Lynn, what happened was Charlton came here one day and he got in a circle jerk and he been coming back for a fix ever since. That's why he said
Mhm.
he came up here to give him the cock that he wanted. So hold up, Chosen. I'm gonna let Malisa, Lingo, Malisa, Summer, and then we go to G so y'all can get y'all shit off. Wait, Lynn.
Why y'all do shame
Hold
always with
up,
me? Where y'all be?
Chosen. Hold up. Just wait. Go ahead, Lynn.
I don't know. I think that they, like I said, I think that they fear that women gonna like possibly do it right and they're gonna become obsolete. Like they're not gonna be needed. Like they talk about not being needed a lot, which is crazy. Um, and I think like if you don't want to not be needed, become fucking useful, nigga. The fuck?
What do you mean by doing it right?
Like I'm sorry. Like, change the direction that the world is going so far. Like, solve some of the issues that we have going on in the world, such as poverty and hunger and shit like that, criminality, all
But
that
that's
shit.
so my question is like I believe in I agree with you with the obsolete, but like I also think there's a fear there, for something else. But go ahead, Malisa.
Can one of the moms mute me?
I got you.
Thanks.
I think they don't want to be alone. And I find that just like in some of our conversations, they use the words that they have access to understanding to the level that they understand it. But a lot of times, when just listening without participating, you can hear that there are literally two different levels of consciousness and conversation occurring at the same time. And a lot of times, even when a woman is being assertive, to get the man to get back on subject, it's still understandable. The men immediately become belligerent, violent, and behave in certain ways where it can't ever go back to the conversation unless several things happen and we got to redirect and refocus. And a lot of times, like you'll point out that they're derailing the conversation. And I feel like they understand that a society where what they understand and how they communicate was all that was left, it would not go very well for them and they would completely be left out of it. And I think they kind of almost know that inherently.
Go ahead, Summer.
Hey, how y'all doing? I think a big reason they say it also, so if all of a sudden all the generation of men were raised by women, boys were raised by women, the fear is the fear of empathy. They do not want boys becoming human beings. They want to hurry up and stamp down on any empathy, any goodness, any humanity they have. And they also want to indoctrinate them into you're deserving of women's labor and bodies and da 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 da. So if we raise the sons and they're like thoughtful, kind, empathetic, they have good outlets for aggression and they can say like that would terrify the men because how would they even interact with them? It's like when you see one of these old heads up here, he's talking to a young man who's actually, one of the ones who seems kind of low, they don't even know what to say to them and how to access it. So that's what it is. They're scared that they'll be humans. They want them to be indoctrinated into masculinity, which means stamping down your humanity.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, and I've said this before. Nobody who exists today invented patriarchy, right? It was all inherited by everybody. There's a reason why it lasted as long as it has, right? And women decided not to raise children with men. Isn't just that the men are in the home; is that women have shifted their perspective and don't see aren't putting men on the pedestal. And the way that the hierarchy works is the most dominant men are the older generation because they access to more resources because they have more time to obtain those resources. So the idea that like if I'm a man, right, if I can't be a father, I want to be a coach. I want to be some type of mentor. I need to have access to the son so that like I can make sure that the system as it exists continues to go that way so that I can enjoy the fruits of the labor because it's like he did his time. He was young, like he submitted to the other men, but now he older. He need the next generation not to rebel against him, but to uphold the system so he can enjoy being a dominant male. It's like it's all to reinforce the hierarchy. But go ahead, G.
Why do men say women can't raise sons without them? Because they can't. Um, Here's the thing, right? For those sons raised under single mothers, that they take up some of the female emotionalism that their mothers have. They indecisive, can't make a decision. Their mother do everything for them, acting like their sons are the most independent men on the planet, right? They pay for everything. They clean their room. But here's the other thing that bothers me. Stop tell you single mothers out there. Stop telling your son that they are the man of the house. They are not. Just because they dad left you, or their baby daddy left you, or the
Hold up,
man
real
who's not his
quick.
father
Hold
left
up,
you,
real quick.
does not mean.
Hold up, G. Hold up, G.
Bro, no
Hold
men
up.
can talk.
No, hold up. Calm down. You eager. I'm gonna let you get your shit off. I promise you. Just hold up. G, don't go on a whole fucking rant. Like, make your point so y'all can hop on that shit like you
I'm
want
making a
to.
point.
I
I'm
know, but
making a
you
point.
on a rant.
Stop telling your sons 13, 15, 16, 10 that they are the man of the house, right? Just
So
because the
that's why
dad ain't
men.
around.
Is
Let
that
me
why?
finish.
No, no,
Stop.
no. I know the question. Is that why the men are concerned about women not having fathers around? Is that the biggest concern? That boys are going to think they're the man of the house?
No,
Pause.
not at
Pause. Can
all.
I ask a
I'm saying
question?
the
So
mothers
hold
are,
up.
the black mothers say that about their sons all the time, that the son is the man of the house, right? I hear that all the time, right? Not only that, they do
I
everything
ain't
for them.
heard one of my
And,
friends say that shit.
oh,
Not
I
one
hear
of
it all the
them.
time. Not,
He's
Okay,
okay,
well,
Not
I
a
don't know
let,
single
let me
goddamn
finish.
one.
Let me
he's
if
finish.
y'all
talking
Let
about
believe
me
the
that.
boomer
Let me
generation.
finish.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Not only that, they can't do shit. They can't fix a tire. They can't change oil, right? They can't. They don't know how to mow the lawn, right? They can't do any of these manly, simple duties that most of us men can do, right? If we learn it, right, it's from other niggas in the streets, or from our friends, maybe an uncle or something like that. It's not from the mother. It's not from the woman. Most women do not are not teaching their sons those basic um, duties that we do around the that we can do around the house, right? We
That's if
always
you
learn
live
that
in a
from men,
house. I was raised
right?
in New
Not
York, so
only that, let
your
me
point
finish.
is
Not
invalid
only
if you
that,
live in a city.
not only that, they raise their degenerate, lazy sons, and unfortunately, those sons go and look for women who come from the same type of environment, right?
But
Single
it is real.
households, single parents, and it's just a vicious cycle, right? So no, single moms cannot raise a son. I yield.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And then why women complain
hold
about
up
men that's
though.
raised
Hold
by
up.
their mother?
Hold up. It's interesting how G want to focus on like all the stereotypes, right? And I was making that point earlier where, and thank you for the correction. We have two presidents who were raised by single mothers. A lot of y'all are heroes who play in sports and into different like the music field or whatever. They were raised by single women, and it's like you like, well, they can't do this, they can't do that, can't do that. So why is your hero a man who was raised without a father in the home? That don't make sense. Go ahead, Charlton.
Can I
On
point out
average,
another thing before
on average,
Catherine?
do two-parent households, them children do better than a single-parent household.
What you say, Sage?
Oh no, I was just pointing out that, they say that men go and work from sun up to sundown. So either way, when we look at it, based on what the men folks say, women are raising the children regardless. Because
Yeah,
that
it's
man is
in
not
the
home.
household.
Yeah.
All right, go
Go
ahead,
ahead with the
Charlton.
stat that we already debunked 100 times.
Though on average, children that come from a two-parent household do better in life.
Yeah,
More
they do. You right.
okay,
You got it.
yeah, yeah. They're
You
more
right.
likely to go to college. They're
Yep.
less likely for
Mm-hmm.
substance
Okay.
abuse in the house. Yeah, so it's just better. Not,
So
I'm not
what
trying to
are men gonna do to change to start making more two parent households?
men and women
What are men going to do to start making two parent households? I'm
getting
asking a
it.
man. I would like a man to answer from a man's point of view and to have nothing to do with women. Don't
Okay,
mention women.
okay, okay,
Tell
okay.
me what a man
That guy,
gonna do. Go
For me
ahead.
personally, I'm not gonna have children until I'm married. And if I don't get married, I'm not having children. So that's how I contribute.
Okay. How do
Yeah.
you vet for the proper wife?
How do I bet for the proper wife?
Mm-hmm.
My preferences. I don't know. I'm not married, so I don't know. I'm just saying when I have children, I'm gonna be married before I have children. That's all I can.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
about you, G? What are men gonna do to start creating two-parent households?
I have to be. It has to be something more substantial than sex. First of all, right? So here's the thing: men can
Hold up,
have
hold up, hold
sex.
up, hold
Let
up.
me
Before
finish.
you go,
Let me
no,
finish.
hold up,
Let me
hold up,
finish.
hold up, hold
Let
up,
me
hold
finish.
up,
No, no,
hold up.
no.
Because you like, here's the thing, you about to make a new point. Because I want to ask Dalton a question. Hold up.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Yes, ma'am.
Dalton, you said, I don't know if you're an incel or not, but you said you're not having children until you marry. Are you celibate now? Are you celibate now?
I'm not a virgin.
He about
Or
to
no, are you
laugh.
celibate now?
Yeah, I'm a virgin, baby.
No, he ain't getting no coochie.
Okay.
Uh,
I mean,
Are you an incel or
I'm not mad
not,
at you though.
Dalton? Because if that's your stance, right? And you, I mean, I guess not you, but if you still having smacks, and the woman could possibly get pregnant, how can you just determine that? So you need to be celibate until you get married. Is that what you're saying? You're gonna be celibate until you marry somebody?
No, I don't have. I have unprotected sex.
That
No, no,
Wi-Fi
no.
know he lying.
No,
He
no,
ain't
no,
lying.
no, no contraception is 100%.
You heard me?
There's still a risk at it, right? The condom could break. She could be on antibiotics and her birth control not
Mhm.
working. What happens if she get pregnant before you get married, though, and she decides she's gonna keep the baby?
Stop trying to force me in that category. Stop trying to force me.
It's
I'm
kind of
protected.
hard
I'm
to
using
talk to
protection.
you
I'm
with
not
your
using
mic
protection.
and
You're
stuff.
trying to desperately make me like everybody else.
Can I finish my point?
Not, I'm against you, G, but I'm just trying to make a
Oh,
point.
he said, Sarah, he said he not like everybody else, so he infertile. So he can't get nobody
Oh.
pregnant.
So you shouldn't even be inserting yourself in the conversation. That's crazy. Talk in general, Charlton. Go ahead, G.
So here's the
In
thing,
general,
right?
I am talking in general. Can you hear me now?
Let me say this
I'm
real quick. So, a man, because you'll always say a man will have sex with anybody, yada yada yada. Okay, let's just say that's true, right? If a man has sex with any and everybody, right? It it has to be some. When it comes to a wife, it has to be something more substantial than that, right? Like physical or looks are still important. I'm not discounting that at all. But besides sex, right, and besides the fact the woman look, right? Here's the thing: even if we have sex with all these women, right, we are not going to give all those women our love, our protection, or our provision, right? When we give our love and protection and provision to a woman, right, sex aside and looks aside, that woman is the wife we are looking for, right? I yield there.
It's like you missed the whole point, though.
Do y'all know what happens when you like? Do y'all know how to make a baby?
yes. I know how to
What
make a
what
baby.
does
You know how a baby made, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
So if you still haven't like I'm trying to figure out how y'all think that single mothers got pregnant. Like,
Because
do
they're
you think that
irresponsible. They're irresponsible.
what does that look like?
Okay, I can help you with this claim. Our parents and our parents' parents had less children out of wedlock with less contraceptives. So the only thing, the difference about us is we're less protected, and we have more healthcare that can prevent that. That's a
No,
fact.
people got into forced
70,
marriages.
no,
That's
70%,
not,
70%.
those were not
You actually on that
mentally or
70%.
physically
You
healthy
don't know. You
marriages
don't.
that those
My
people were
grandparents
getting
were.
into.
You don't know
That's why
that.
so many people are divorced, or the
It,
miserable
okay,
married
that's an
couples
opinion.
with
That's okay. But
multiple
72%,
families. That's
Hold
just not
up,
an
70.
opinion.
So you
Malisa,
saying
let him
70?
land and go after
Yeah,
him.
let me land. 70% of children were born in wedlock in our past generation. In the 80s, 70%. And they had less contraceptives. That's a fact. Look
That's
it
well.
up.
What's that got to do with contraceptive?
Hold on, hold
Yeah,
on.
let
I
him
got a
land.
point, and y'all keep distracting. Y'all keep throwing me off of my point by responding to him. So, so my thing is, you just as irresponsible as a single mother.
Even
How?
more
Hello?
so though.
Did you say cat?
Well, well, here's the thing. So,
You don't think that you just as irresponsible as a single mother if you still participated in having SMEC?
No.
Why not?
Based on pure biology, right? Here's the thing: a man, right, can impregnate multiple women on a given day, right?
Oh my
It
god.
let me say this: women have to know, right, in protecting their womb, that they're going to carry that baby for 9 months. They are physically stuck with that baby, right? So the primary responsibility, right, will fall on them. Now, I'm not
So
taking
you
anything
have
away.
sex with
I'm not.
irresponsible women.
I a lot of men do, yes, but
So all the women that you have sex with are irresponsible.
I'm not talking about me personally.
No, I'm
I'm
asking
saying
you. I'm asking you. The women that you have sex with, they irresponsible.
because they're not married to you, so
no. Well, if you look that if I'm looking at it that way, that they're not married to me, then yeah, I guess. But if you're taking the proper
So what does
precautions,
that
then no.
make you?
If you're taking the proper precautions, then no.
So
A
how
lot
do
of
you
women aren't
know?
doing
How
that.
do you? So you're 100% sure that every single mother, single dot mother, didn't take proper precautions,
I'm not
or
saying that.
or do you just make that assumption because
I'm
you
not
hate
saying that.
single
Many of them don't.
mothers?
Though. Many of them don't.
How do you know?
Because all the kids that are around. Here's the thing. Most most of these kids being born in the black community, right? They're not coming from marriages
We know
or
that.
relationships
But neither
or
is your
or
fucking. You're not fucking in the confines of marriage. So
that's why I'm saying most of these babies are born from situationships, one night stands, or relationships
like
based on sex.
people like you.
What are you talking about? I'm just saying
They're
since the
born
woman
from
is
people like you.
if the woman is carrying the baby, she needs to protect her womb. Period. That's
from
all I'm
people
So
like
saying.
you.
got it.
Um,
I'll land.
let Marlisa go, then you can go somewhere, and then we go to these.
I think it's just so weird that you keep making these points about people being irresponsible, but the idea that you're having sex before marriage or whatever is so important that you have to be able to do it. You have to have access to do it. But you believe that these women should not raise a child, but they should be actively engaging in physical activities with you and your body, which is so weird to me. You trust them with your body because you're not important, you're not valuable, you're not worthy of anything, but you don't trust them with children that a lot of you don't believe are yours, won't stay behind to take care of, and don't believe are valuable because they are going to be raised by mothers that are going to raise them to be feminine. Weird ideas.
Can I say too, it really it makes you less responsible because if you know that somebody else is going to have to do the labor of carrying the baby and birthing the baby and do most of the care of the baby, and you're like, that ain't on me, that makes you less responsible. You're more irresponsible than she is.
That's false.
You're lacking in responsibility. You're not taking responsibility for your actions. You're saying that's on her because it's going to be on her. That makes you, you know. Anyway, I'm not going to say it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, E.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just got off of work, so I didn't really hear the bullshit that was coming out of G's mouth. Some of it, something about they can't fix a car. I don't know. But so I'm gonna just answer the prompt. Why do men say women can't raise sons without them? It's because they know that women can raise sons without them. And once we get past that narrative that they've been spinning for the past, I want to say like 50, no, maybe about 40, 50 years, because that's actually a pretty new narrative. It's very very new actually. That's when women will realize that men are actually pretty irrelevant, and having them in the home is more of a liability, especially to your children and to your safety than anything else. Let's not forget that over 80% of all I'm sorry, 1 second, I'm trying to log out. Of all child homicides are committed by men, and most likely to be the father, stepfather, things like that. But most likely it's going to be the father. So, I mean, maybe they want to be in the home with the kids so they can unalive them and unalive you whenever they're ready to move on with the new girlfriend. Because y'all know y'all like to be family annihilators too. That's super weird. I'm gonna land with that.
East.
Hold on 1 second. What?
On average, don't two-parent households.
I'm sorry.
It's
Say
better
that
for a
again.
children in a
You
two-parent
broke
household on
up.
average.
You broke
On
up. What?
average, my bad. On average,
Sir, I'm
my
not
bad.
trying to
On
interrupt
average,
you. I didn't hear you. Relax.
I know I am. On average, children do better in a two-parent household.
On average, children do better in a two-parent household?
Yes, ma'am.
Hmm. No, not necessarily. No.
I want to know, why do you
I
think
That
said
is
on
so?
average.
irrefutable.
Hold up,
That
hold
is
up, hold up,
That's
irrefutable.
yeah, that's
hold
irrefutable. All
up.
right. You done talking to me?
Charleston, if you're saying
Yes,
that
ma'am.
children do better in a two-parent household, what is different
Yes.
about a two-parent household that children are doing better?
Y'all can look this up, but they are less likely to be impoverished, less likely for abuse, they're less likely for to be commit crimes, they're more likely to go to college. It's two parents. Like, you know what you get from one parent, you get it twice. So it's like that.
That's called money, sir. That means that
No, it's
two
not just money.
people, yes, that's primarily what it is. It's the
Okay.
eyeballs, right? Because it could be two humans of
Hmm.
any gender.
Hmm.
Yes, that's the problem. Is that an
Hmm.
individual trying to raise a child by themselves is going to have a hard time in a society that you have to work 40 hours a week or more, including travel and the other things that you have to do when it's just one of you. Now, if it's
Okay,
two
so you can
human
see.
beings, hold on, there's two human beings, two incomes, two
Mhm.
sets of people who are caring, nurturing, and helpful. Yes, you're going to find that the more people who surround a person with that type of behavior and actual caring for the child, yes, all of those children are going to thrive. Because you would have to only be able to compare it to the absolute worst case scenario versus a better quality scenario with more finances. Because if you have two bad parents versus one well-to-do good parent, you're going to see those things flip-flop. So I can argue, just like with a lot of other conversations, if I make it the absolute worst case scenario, you're impoverished, you're by yourself, you have no support system, obviously you challenging that with two people who are gainfully employed raising a child, yes, when you compare those two, yes, I can make a case for whatever I want. But if I
Okay,
take
so you do concede though.
a wealthy one parent household, right? A wealthy one parent
Mhm.
household versus an impoverished two parent household, you'll see those differences as well. So you can make a case for whatever you want. It has to do
Yeah, I
with the
get that.
quality, not about
Yeah,
the gender of the
but you do
people.
concede though. You concede.
This I hate when you guys use
They
that
do,
argument.
like, you
How
go in
many, how
circles.
many, how many black women in our community, right, are
Bro,
make that type
don't
of
let her,
money,
bro,
right?
chill. Let me
And,
finish
and
talking to her.
and here's the thing: when it comes to generational wealth, right? Generational wealth,
Bro,
right, is usually is passed down by married couples, specifically in the black community. We don't have a lot of generational wealth, right?
facts.
Generational no wealth, right, is not passed down by all these imaginary black single mothers out there who are wealthy, who are CEOs and doctors, which don't really exist in our community, right? Be real.
Yeah.
Yes, they
I
do.
would like to
There's a lot of
I'm
educated black
sorry, y'all. I
women.
had to
But
log out my computer. Well,
I didn't even get to go back
G,
against
listen,
what's it?
G Alpha mailed you. Sorry, take it up with him. Anyways, I want to say this. And whenever we
What
bring
the
up
fuck you
the
talking?
black community, I always find it funny because whenever we talk about how at one point in time, the single parent household within the black community was 9%, we never talk about the product of those children from those two parent households. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about those children that were born in the 60s and 70s were the same people, the same most likely men and mostly men, who turned around and sold candy in our community, that turned around and put GUNs in the hands of children, that turned around and created the reds and the blues. You know what I'm saying? So whenever we talk about like, well, you know, you guys are just, you know, these single mothers are so terrible, this, that, and the third. But let's talk about the generation of men and women that came from two-parent households. According to you, y'all love talking about the 60s and y'all love talking about the 70s, but you don't talk about the product that came from those two-parent
I'm
households.
talking about 2025.
I'm
On
not talking to
average,
you. I'm not talking
on
to you. I'm
average, they
talking
do
about
better.
I'm talking talking about everyone. And also too, there are no stats for 2025. There are no stats for
You can do
2025.
2023 on average, two-parent household
Yeah,
children do better. That's a fact.
right. But also, we're talking about the black community.
No, we're
So
not.
when we're talking, no, G was just talking about the black community. I
Can
love
we
when
stop
y'all.
making it a
I
race
love
thing?
when he did. Take it up with your alpha.
It's not my
He,
alpha. Stop trying to
he
shame people. Why
take it
always
up with your
shame me?
alpha. Take it up with your alpha. Stop being triggered and go on mute while I'm talking. Y'all love to conflate the YT people and everyone else's statistics when it comes to fathers. But when it comes to single mothers, y'all bring it down to black women. When in reality, when you're talking about, oh, well, you know, most children do better in two-parent households, when most women do better in two-parent households, you're including people that are making millions of dollars, people that are making over six figures, which do not include you black men. But when you break it down to black women and black men, and y'all look at those numbers, the children that are coming out of those single mother households in the black community today are going to college, babes.
Yeah.
Especially the black women. They're going to college. So all of those single mothers that y'all been talking about for the last a couple of decades, y'all are the same ones that turn around and tell their daughters that their degrees don't matter.
Yeah, that's what I wanted. It's like it's a lot of the statistics say, but y'all don't talk about the specific thing that's happening that like causes the children to do better. And then if it's like it's about money, then okay, then the person just needs money. Like it could be two women in a household and still have enough money. It's like it's not the question is like what is the father doing specifically that he is needed in the household? And y'all be struggling with that. What's up, Biggie? Oh, hold on. Go ahead, Summer, and then Biggie go.
Yeah, it's I would really like I know they're not gonna be honest, but I would really like any man who's actually honest to really sit down and think about it. Do you really think that just being a man and being in the home, just having a pee is so valuable? Like y'all really like your presence, just me being there, because y'all ain't talking about doing a whole lot of work. And most of y'all, if you say you're gonna do something in the house, you mean I'm gonna help her out with her responsibilities every now and then. So like, what is it? If you could, because if you're so important, you should be able to name how. Because I can name why mother is important. I can break it down. Y'all can't. You say, oh, they do better. What do you do in the home? What difference is it that it wouldn't be if me and one of my good girlfriends decided to raise these kids in the house together? What would you impart that would be any different?
What should we do with you when you physically don't have your physical capacity? If you're
Hold up, hold
beyond
up,
that,
hold up,
okay.
Molly. I don't think they can answer the question because they would have. Go ahead, Biggie. And I think G keep y'all see G keep going on teacup. G, why are you using Chat GBT to have this conversation? Go ahead, Biggie.
What?
I
None of the stuff I said sound like Chat GPT, and you know that.
Let Biggie go. Let Biggie go.
well, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I really feel like a lot of men say that women can't raise kids by themselves or children by themselves is because they know deep down inside that women raise kids way better than they do. A lot of men.
Oh no.
Can you go on mute? Because when everybody else was talking, I didn't say a motherfucking thing. Can you go on mute, bread face? Thank you. Now back to what I was saying.
The rainbow community
Bread
always want to
face,
align.
go on fucking mute, Muffin Man.
The rainbows always want to
Oh
align
my
with the
god.
with
I'm,
the
No,
I'm,
no,
single
I'm,
no.
women.
I'm
Hold
It's
up.
the
Come
Hold
single
on,
up.
women when
man.
it comes to this.
Hold up real quick. G, why are you obsessing over Biggie that he can't finish what he's saying? Like he ain't said nothing to you. You want to go back and forth with him. It's crazy. Mute up.
he's proving my point.
Do you know the Muffin Man?
Yep, he right here on the chat with us. But what I was saying was, a lot of men know that women are just better creatures than them, just period, across the board. And men
You a lie.
know,
Preacher sound crazy.
not saying it as in that nature, but you know what
I
I'm
know. I'm
saying.
just saying. It sound crazy.
Yeah. But a lot of men know deep down inside that women don't need them. And a lot of men deep down inside want to feel needed, and that's just that at the end of the day. Because from what this fool sitting up here talking about, it's the woman responsibility. Is she what? For like, what are you talking about? Like, it's not your responsibility, first of all, to wear protection. And like, anyway, I'm not even gonna go there. But yeah.
I see, this is my point though,
Let me say
because
this real quick.
hold up, hold up,
With the,
hold up. Write that shit down. Get another device so you can read it while we talking. Hold up. Here's the thing. I'm saying the son specifically for a reason because I think, like, yeah, we think about the children and children and children, but there's a reason why they fixate on the sons, and there's a more insidious reason than just being present. Is what I'm saying, because the conversation isn't why he's not around for the children. Why they fixated on sons? What is it that men pass down to their sons that it's like, even if it's not their son, they want to be a mentor. They want to like,
Misogynist,
they want to be
misogynistic.
out. Hold up, real quick. They want to be out, recruiting them on the corners. They online recruiting them. What is this obsession?
All that bad energy, all that, misogynistic shit and all those bad values, they want to pass it down. And they feel like women are gonna teach them good values, wholesome values, you know what I'm saying? And they understand that, the when it come down to the women and the moms and shit like that, they're gonna teach them shit. They're gonna teach them different things than what the man gonna do. Because I was taught by women, what the case may be, to how to do different things than a man. A man's teaching me how to destroy myself, destroy women, destroy things around me, just conquer, take over, be an alpha, all that bullshit. But I yield.
Yeah, I think I think the reason why that is because most men, and I mean like most of the men, they don't have anything to pass down at all. They can't, most men can, because we live in a capitalistic society, buzzword, most men cannot participate in hegemonic masculinity. So they can't participate in like, and being like, the leaders of oil industries, the leaders of minerals and resources. They can't participate in being the leaders of tech, the leaders of the construction industry. They can't participate in those things. And the only thing that they have is what patriarchy has passed down to them, which is toxic masculinity. And because men are programmed, and it's in their DNA to pass down anything, like anything at all, they will pass down they will pass down misogyny, misogynoir, and smexism. And to them, it feels like they now have a little minion. So a lot of times you'll see like men who will create all of these children, have all of these children all over the place, and take care of the like of some other man's son, if that mother allows him to live in her home rent free, bill free. All he has to do is pay the light bill, and he'll pass down those lessons to that boy. That's what they do. Men cannot participate in in higher, like the top tier hegemonic masculinity. So all they do is seek out young boys to pass down the one thing they have is misogyny and sexism. That's it.
the single women are
I just
passing
want
down.
to say,
Are pa-
hold on,
okay.
because I was off mute and I haven't said nothing. I just want to say, even if like I think it's an ego thing, I don't think that men are trying to pass down anything to young boys. I just think like they're trying to stroke their egos and make up for the lack of self-esteem and confidence that they have in themselves, right? But with that being the case, like knowing that most kids, because like we got to look at things generationally, and a lot of times when we have these conversations, we don't, like Ethos was saying, most people in the black community, most men in the black community were raised by single moms. Therefore, if you hope to pass down anything or to be a better father or to be a better man or whatever, right? How are you going to unpack? How are black men going to unpack the negative, the perceived negative things that they learned from their single mother household? And what are they going to unpack, and what does that look like in order to teach and build a new generation? Devoid of women. Because like whenever we have this conversation, the first thing they say is women. Like they always have to bring up women. But don't bring up women. Stand on your own 2 feet and tell me what the fuck you gonna do to be a better man, to pass on some shit to another man. And what is it that you have to unpack in order to do that? What are y'all doing? Devoid of women. Cause like the only answer y'all have is but women, like whenever having this conversation, and that shows the lack of masculinity there because you're not a leader and you can't have the conversation without bringing up someone else. Alan.
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, I'm just sitting back and listening. I just want to say whoever was just speaking kind of contradicted yourself because you're sitting here talking about men and bringing up men without bringing up your own accountability. So you can't ask men why they would bring up women if it's vice versa. You kind of contradict yourself there. So, but as far as why do men say women can't raise sons without them, coming from a
I
man.
didn't contradict myself because I'm staying on topic.
Yeah, but you still contradicted
No,
yourself
I
because you
didn't.
said
No, I
you
didn't
did.
because the topic is about men, not about women.
Yeah,
We
but you
talked
sit there
about
and say,
women
why do
last
men?
night.
You say, why do
Well,
men
we're
sit
talking
there and
about
bring up women,
men,
though?
right?
You say, why men bring up women? And
Right,
women do the
because the
exact
conversation
same
is
thing,
about
right?
men.
Yeah, but women do the
Again,
exact
you
same thing.
just
So
proved my point.
you can't
No, no.
expect, you
Again, you
can't
just
expect
proved my
men.
point
That's not
because you
proving your
just brought
point.
up women
Regardless,
again.
regardless, I'm not going to argue with you.
Yeah, you wanted to
I
though.
don't
That's why
argue
you
with
brought up
terrorists.
what I
I don't
said.
negotiate with terrorists. Anyway,
Okay,
so why do
cool,
men say
cool,
women
cool
can't raise
story.
sons without?
Look at
That's what you
God.
get, bitch.
Not Linda Terrace.
And this,
He did
yeah,
prove
you
your
do
point,
have the
though.
voice. Oh, sorry, Tara.
No, I'm just saying he did prove your point because, like you just said, can you do it without mentioning women? And the answer is no. No, he can't. And
Immediately
No,
brought up the accountability of women. Like, what?
Are we going to listen? Or are we just going to talk over people?
You
he
haven't
do have the voice of somebody who got a swirly every day at
Are
in
we
high
going to
school.
listen or are we going to talk over people?
you haven't said anything.
Leave it to a woman to try to insult because she runs out of intelligent and logical things
Correct,
to say.
correct.
Hey,
Clock
correct,
it.
correct. Yeah, you
Clock
proved my point.
T.
You've
Do
only
you want
been
us
Classic
to
talking.
woman.
insult you?
Right.
Classic female. Classic.
It
You want us to
is. You
insult you?
right.
But then that's why you guys don't understand why men need to be in the household because you do shit like this. You are just women that hate men. You're women that hate men. So
Yes.
of
Could
course
you
men don't
answer?
need to be
Yes.
in the
Okay,
household.
but could you answer what men are going to do? Try real hard. Okay, you said stuff
Go
about women. Now try to focus on men. What is it that you're going to do? Answer her
Uh,
question. Go ahead.
go
the
off, Goku.
modelism of fucking being a man to your son, that's what men need to be in the household. Just because you have people like you guys that kind of make that a difficult situation, of course men don't want to fucking be around you. So you're not going to understand the fact of being submissive and
No, no, no.
rolling.
Stay on the men. What are you doing? You almost did it. Keep going. You veered off. Go back to men. You're going to be a man to your son. What does that look like? What does it look like to be a man to your son in the house? Go ahead. You're almost there.
Goku.
Be a man to your son. What does it look like to be a man to your son in the house? What is that?
Nobody's turning your mic off.
We're not. It's on.
That was me. My apologies.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead. Go ahead,
Oh,
Urkel.
she left. Said the science kid left.
Are
No,
you
he was
answering?
on.
Nah,
No,
forget
he
it.
left.
Oh, he left. Okay, got it.
But
Hmm.
he immediately proved my point. Like he went right back. Like he could not. Like men cannot resist the urge of saying what they gonna do better. Like they cannot. And it's so funny because they always say one woman versus accountability. Yet like motherfucker, we're like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Is the accountability in the room when it comes to men? Because I know all the things that I wanted to do and I did to become a better mother. Even single mothers look at their kids and they know the things that they have to do in order to become better mother. Oh, I had a child out of wedlock. You know, it didn't work out with the father of my child. I need to make more money. Therefore, I'm going to go back to school or I'm going to work an extra job. I'm going to put my child into extracurricular. Those are tangible things. That is evidence. That is like noteworthy things that you can do in order to make your child a better person. Yet men, they be like, I don't know, why are women blocking us from being better men? Like, holy fuck.
But even when they say that, they can never give like a tangible, like piece of evidence of the things that they do to make turn a boy into a man. It's always like some weird, like some weird, just just thing like this, like, oh well, we have to teach a man to be a man because he needs to, he needs to learn how to deal with other men. He needs to learn how to, um he needs to learn how to be masculine. And it's like, well, what does that look like? What exactly are you teaching them? And they never can give an actual, like an actual thing that only a man can teach a little boy to do. Like only a man can teach that things. Like they never do that. It's always just this mythical fairy dust thing that only they can see and only they can do.
Go ahead, Brian.
Okay, I appreciate the space here to say something. I've been listening for a minute, and this is a very entertaining and consistent conversation. And I'm not sure if people are. I'm not you, not anybody here.
So do me a favor. Don't comment on the conversation. Respond to the prompt.
Oh yeah, I'm just setting the tone. Um, why do men say women can't raise sons without them? So the only ones who are saying this are the ones who are not involved, right? So when you think about why these guys are not involved, it's because they don't want to be. It's not complicated. It's not something that I think should require anything but meeting these people where they are. Just like the old saying, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. What kind of conversations are these guys having about being paternal? And if they don't have it, then there should be no continuation in that part of his manhood, because these guys have every right not to want to be involved and not to want to raise their kids, or not to bring women into a situation where they think it's necessary to have a home, because I think the ideal situation is to have a guy in the house. I i also think that it is possible to raise sons without these guys, because they're not there. So what are women's only option, right? If we're not going to be in the house, then we created that environment by removing ourselves from it. That's a choice. I don't think it's complicated. I don't think it is, I don't think it's any deeper than that. So I appreciate the opportunity to share that.
So can I ask, so do you mean if they say this and not to continue on, you mean other men in society like to shun these deadbeats? Or are you saying for women not to continue talking to them once the men say these things?
No, I'm speaking from the perspective of men. You know, the reason why guys say women can't raise sons without them is because it's not what's being said, it's what's underneath that. Because if I'm speaking from a perspective of a guy who knows what he wants in life.
No, we got it. You said it's because they don't want to. I heard that.
They
I'm
don't
saying,
want
who
to,
are you
right?
saying it to when you're saying once the man says these kind of things, then no need to continue something about his manhood? Are you saying that in terms of women vetting the man, or who are you speaking to?
I'm saying so not necessarily women vetting the man, even though that's a part of it. I think that if a guy has that mindset, because whether or not somebody wants to do something, that's totally up to them. But the conversation around it, there's something deeper.
I got it. You said they don't want to, but wait. No man is saying up front, I don't want to raise these kids if you get pregnant. They're not presenting it that way. You know that, right?
Yeah, and the reason why they don't have to say it because it's in their behavior. It's in
No,
the
you
questions
wouldn't
that.
know until you had the baby. Lots of women get married even, and then the man, whatever, or you're in a serious relationship. Usually you're in a relationship or a situationship. It's not like a lot of one night stands are resulting in babies. Usually there's something going on between it. So there is no point where the man is identifying, hey, I'm a F boy. I'm not going to be here. You don't know until he don't do it. Sometimes he's your husband.
Well, so my question is, what is the process in confirming that on both sides? From a man's
The
perspective,
confirmation is when he doesn't do it, and then you just stay
well,
and
there
take up
you
his
go.
responsibility to raise the kids. There is
There you
no way
go.
to there's ideas and there's somebody did this, pay attention, whatever. My point is, y'all do this all the time. You can identify those men because y'all will get up here. You haven't done it yet, but I'm certain you're gonna say the same thing as all of them. Not in my circle. I'm not around those kind of men. All the men around me are stand up, blah, blah, blah. All the men in my family, whatever. And then y'all tell us to vet. Nobody is presenting it this way.
Yeah, but I didn't tell you to do that. I wasn't.
You just did. You said that's part of it.
Well, but that's part of an overall thing, right? Because relationship and human interactions are very complicated and complex. It's not just one single solution, right? And and this is why I preface what I preface is because I said that I'm speaking from a perspective of a guy. I'm not doing the blame thing. I've never done that.
Here's the thing. You don't know how to vet men. You don't know all the men that are good or bad. That's my
Who doesn't
point.
know that?
So you, man, I'm
Oh,
talking to you.
have we met?
You don't know,
You
right?
have
Because
we
you don't.
met?
Do you date men?
Well,
Are
no,
you
but my
are you
thing is,
socialized
but
as a
okay,
woman
but
in
I'll let
society?
yeah,
That's how I know you don't know. And also because of the things you're saying show me that you don't know. And
okay,
now you're
and
saying
that's
that
fair
part
because
of that is
you have no
but you
idea who
hold
I
on,
am,
hold on. It
so I
doesn't
would
matter.
respect that.
I'm speaking to you
Go
based on
ahead.
the things you're saying. I don't
Okay,
have to know you. Okay.
that's perfect.
The things you're saying show us that you don't know because you're putting some of the blame on women for those men's behavior. You're kind of making it sound kind of nice, like, oh, the
Kind
women
of
stepped
making it
up, da,
sound.
da, 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 da. But at the end of the day, it's misogyny because you're saying that that's on the women as if the men are
No,
going to tell
I
you
never
you'll
said
be a
that,
deadbeat
but you
dad.
are free to
You
interpret
didn't
however
say
you
it,
want
but
to.
I inferred it from the things you said. And I land.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
that's your interpretation.
It
I'm
is
not
my
going to challenge
interpretation.
you
That's
on
why I'm
that.
saying it. It
I'm not
is.
going to challenge you on that.
You
But
don't have to because it
this
is
is
what it
based on
is.
the
That's
answer
what you
to that
did.
question. So I get it. Thank you.
Yes, I don't know how you understood that because he was talking in circles.
He wasn't saying shit. It was
Yeah.
just, they talk all soft and make it sound like I'm a good guy, but it was just very clear he was talking about vetting, and then he's gonna try to talk around it and both sides,
Again,
everything.
that's the way you interpreted
Hey,
it,
hey,
which
hey!
is
I'm
fair.
talking to East. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to East. And
Okay.
it's just,
Well,
it's really annoying. I'm
whoever's
so
handling
tired. I'm
this
so
is, I
tired of them
appreciate you
trying
for
to
letting me
over
have
talk
two
us
two
like they
seconds.
so smart and we can't follow what's going
This was
on.
for
Yeah.
you.
Hey,
This
I'm
was
Yeah.
not
talking
for
to
someone
East.
who
Hush your
really
No,
doesn't.
it's
mouth.
okay.
Wait.
Just
So
ignore
thank
him
you.
because
Hold up.
he just
Hold up,
proved your
Ryan.
point.
Brian, they gonna talk and you gonna respond. Go
He
ahead,
ran.
yo.
He ran. He ran. Um, yeah, I don't know how you got that because it was just a bunch of beating around the bush and talking in circles. I couldn't get it. But they love to say that you just have to vet better, which makes absolutely like no sense because the CIA can't even vet their employees. Like there are people from the Blix Blux Bland in the CIA, in the military, in the police force. They couldn't even vet those people. So, but you expect women to be able to do like some type of NSA level background check? It doesn't make any sense.
I think Summer has said something about sometimes you never really found out the true meaning of what a man got going on until after you get married, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the whole vetting. Okay, well check this out. Nelly and Ashanti. Cause then he tell her he ain't changing no diapers, he ain't wiping no ass, he ain't reading no lullabies, he ain't telling no bedtime stories, he ain't tucking nobody in until the baby start walking and talking. Didn't he say that?
Right. And I get, and he chased that woman for years, for years.
Uh-huh.
And I bet you that he didn't say that before she got pregnant. He
He
didn't
says
come
he
up.
said he said he wasn't gonna change no diapers, but I don't know if like also part of it is sorry, I thought a bird came in the window. All of it also part of it is that he would not move away. He needs to stay in St. Louis where she don't have her family and people. So he put her in a bad situation. I'm not sure she knew exactly what it was gonna look like. So yeah, she shouldn't have married him. I hate that he caught her, but also he was lying too. That ain't what he. I guarantee that ain't what he agreed. That ain't what he told her. And now
The
she's
fact
sad.
that the fact that he chased her for all that fucking time and was so sick and twisted and then got her and then misused her and abused her, disgusting.
That
Disgusting.
situation should show you how long like a man chase you just to break you down. That shit is sad.
Exactly. Amen.
Guy who came up here, it's like it's annoying because it's like I'm the exceptional man. But I do think it's interesting how I do feel like it's ego driven, but their obsession with like let me school this young guy right here, this little boy here. Let me say something in all of the ways like how that because men mirror other men, how that like solidifies who they are. It's like I'm the OG now. I'm schooling you. I'm telling you what to do. That shit is crazy. But these men don't really care about the children. It's just interesting because the talking point I'm hearing and it don't make sense about essentially is the woman's fault because she need to make sure she's vetting, and taking the proper precautions. But it's like, well, what about the man who, if he didn't ejaculate or put his penis in that woman, there wouldn't be no baby in the first place. And it's like it's gaslighting at the end of the day because they know what they say.
Can I ask a question to like the men in the chat? I guess my question is this because I don't deal with women on a sexual level. Okay, so say for instance you dealing with a woman or whatever the case may be, and she gets down to it and start to be like, I want a baby, I want a baby, I want a baby. But deep down inside your head, as a man, deep down you don't want a baby. So why not just ghost this girl and maybe she gonna cry, but I'd rather her cry and I have a baby than you ghost her and I have a baby. You feel what I'm saying? So why not just stop talking to her? Why not just leave her alone? Because there's plenty of girls to go to.
Because Biggie, the thing is, they be wanting a baby too. Like they don't want to have to pay child support. They don't want to take care of that. And a lot of these who background is that? I'm gonna need to real quick.
Can I say something after this?
Yeah, sure. And a lot of that's coercion. Like we have to remember that when a man gets a woman pregnant, there's a certain amount of power he holds over her in this society. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. As far as the better conversation, look, I'm not having conversation with these men about doing better because there's only two solutions here to that problem, right? Either you gonna do better or we gonna change up the way we act. So my solution would be to change up the way that I act. And that means not dating for love, putting the attention on myself, focusing on what's going to make my life better, because being a single mom clearly is going to make my life worse. So if I focus on things that are going to make my life better, leave my life alone, then my situation is going to end up better. That's what it looks like. If I don't want to look stupid in the eyes of men, I should focus on myself and making myself a better person.
Facts. And that's choosing better, for sure. But they don't want that. And the more I think about it, because like what you were saying the other day, Lynn, about what the woman said, about the men who make a lot of money and conversation ability and all of that. If I let go of that ideal that he's got to be my everything, I got to have deep conversations with him, got to be the love of my life, he got to be my good friend, we got to, and just like maybe companionship sometime, maybe snacks sometime, maybe money, and maybe I got my girls to talk to, and I got all my other life that's fulfilled because most of them can't meet that bar and don't even have any empathy. So why should we keep hitting our head against the wall?
Yeah, it looks like what it looks like is okay. What man is gonna pour into me and make my life better? What man is going to make sacrifices in order to help me raise great children? What man, like, that's what it looks like. Like all this other stuff, like hoping and praying, fingers crossed, like he gonna love you enough and like betting for whatever, because they never come up with any like tangible like examples of what betting better looks like. So let me tell you, betting better looks like loving yourself more. It looks like wanting better for yourself. And I can still get married and I can still have children and I can still want a man, but like wanting to have better for myself. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. Like because anything detrimental you may do that will put me like and what I want for my life in jeopardy, then I'll be forced to let you go. That's another thing. Better looks like being okay with leaving people behind and breaking up with them and stopping relationships right where a motherfucker have you fucked up. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
this so this dude Dwayne, he didn't want to come up here, but he put a. I told my daughters they need to let a man lead, and at times help him make his decision. That's what I'm saying. It's all because of like you see your children extension of you, and you raise them based on your own ego. Because how the fuck is that helping your daughters? That don't even make sense. So essentially, what are they going to do out? Like, where is their identity outside of relationship? And
Yeah,
that's
he
just
was.
wrong. So it's like you're gonna tell us that the father need to be there, but hold up, Biggie, your background loud.
Me?
Not Biggie. Um, you gonna say the father need to be there, but look how you fucking them up. Like I know y'all have y'all thing about like independent women, but like yeah, if your daughter can't find a partner, then like what is she gonna be doing except for like searching for a partner and then end up in a fucked up situation because you're not prioritizing her needs because her daddy had a fragile ego.
And also, it's going to put your daughter in danger. What
What
if
the
that
hell is
man?
y'all doing in the
Sorry.
background?
What if that man is a very dangerous man? What if you tell your daughter to let him lead and listen to him and be quiet, and he going upside her head and say, "Don't you say nothing to your daddy. You belong to me now." What then?
Yeah, that's harmful. That's all coming from a place like I'm the father, I'm in charge, I'm always be around, and that's not the case.
That's
Y'all
not the
don't,
case.
y'all not thinking about your children. Like, and it's not just being on their own if necessary, but like, what is society going to look like in 15, 20 years? And you sending your daughter into it, like, go find you a man and lead you. That's stupid.
Year, like what year is it? And like, look at a lot of these dudes that y'all call YNs. The men love to call them that, right? That's who you telling her to let lead. Those are her counterparts.
No,
You want
she gonna find a man just like him, and he's trash. That nigga trash.
that's messed up. Like, protect that girl. I hope her mama giving her the other side of it. And she not just listen or somebody. I hope they're an auntie, a teacher, somebody. Oh, this is what I thought about too. Think about this too. I know you about to end, huh? But think about this. Notice when women meet young, like girls or women or whatever, if we men's like, we don't do it with that way of, even women, let's say women, younger women. So like Lynn, younger than me, kind of like a younger sister, but do I ever like lord over you and be like, let me tell you what it is, young woman. You need to listen to me. I'm not, if I get advice, I'll be like, look, do what you do. I don't know. This is what I think. I just don't, but why when men have to do it, they gotta like sun each other. Isn't that weird?
Pick me women do it too.
Oh, they
Yeah,
do.
they be like little girl in you. But the whole point is that it don't matter who doing it, it's a problem. But they're not talking about, I'm teaching my child how to like be resilient. I'm teaching my child like to be well rounded. I'm making sure they engage in different activities, like was stated earlier. None of that comes up. It's like, well, it's the talking points becomes the gender roles. Like y'all want to teach children gender roles so fucking bad, and you don't give a fuck about the outcome of it. You thinking about how it make you feel in the moment.
But that's how you know it's coming from ego, because where is it coming from when a pick me woman trying to tell a young woman what to do? It's like she's trying
Yeah.
to reclaim her time, you know?
Oh, that's true. And because you're right, pygmies also lord it over you that they got a man or that they got whatever it is they got. And then they like to say, well, I'm a married woman or I have children, or whatever. And because they give up so much power in every other place. Yep. But, oh, that's the exchange. Being a lord over women, that you can lord over other, that you can feel better than other women because you can feel chosen, right? Funny.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna end. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna take me a nap. But thank y'all for coming.
See y'all later.
Bye.